Why'd you put that in the headset?
Okay, just because it's a little microphone, so it'll help me record this for anyone who's not here. Okay, so this is the topic. We're looking at the difference between attributes and benefits and customer loyalty.
For the not-for-profit, you could do like advertising for the company that donates to you.
Yeah, that's a good idea, and there is some things about that. So let's come back to that at the end, and we'll give James a hand because there'll be some interesting things. We're looking at the difference between what an attribute or a description, something around the product, and actually a benefit. The benefit is what a customer gets out of it, and customer loyalty. So that's I don't mind if you type or write, but just jotting this down as your heading. So we're in this idea of advertising. Already done, Mitchell? You're a star. Any others will like you? Outstanding. Now, a few of these slides have got a little bit of writing on them, so we'll take a while. So just jot this down quickly.
Every single one.
No, I'm only kidding. You don't have to copy that down. Okay, and in fact, I'm going to just shorten this. Okay, advertising on features. Features are the same as attributes, right? So features are attributes. So advertising on features, a common thing that we come across, scenario means thing we come across, a common scenario in advertising is to emphasise the virtues of the product they're selling by talking about the features that it has. In a sound system, for example, this might include showing off the graphic equaliser, talking about the power output, detailing signal noise ratio. Sometimes customers don't understand the features. This is the first part. What do we got here with features? And you might advertise on features. But this doesn't always work so well, and that's why we're going to look towards benefits. We've got this slide on features, one slide on benefits, and then we're going to stop for a little bit of an activity. Ben, just getting this down, thanks. Good man. We're going to have a vote on this now as you go. One of these is a feature and one of these is a benefit. Let's think about the surf lifesavers patrolling a beach. So the first statement is lifesavers patrol the beach every 10 minutes. The second statement is the lifesavers keep you safe at the beach. I want you to vote for which of those is talking about the features of what the lifesaver does. So who thinks the feature is that they patrol regularly, or the feature is that you're safe at the beach? Who thinks it's that you patrol regularly? Hands up. Outstanding. That's the feature. The benefit is that you're then safe at the beach. And that's something that can often be more powerful for people, the fact that they're safe at the beach. You guys have done an outstanding job picking up. This is not a simple concept. Doing very, very nicely. I like the way you guys are working hard on getting this down. Rory had an interesting little grin on your face there, Rory, as I looked away. Not giving yourself up as ideas for the not-for-profit one. You got anything yet, Rory, yet? What's the benefit of the not-for-profit? A customer, have a thing you can come up with. What's a customer loyalty program that a not-for-profit organisation might use? Just have a think about it. There's no hurry to come back to it. But I do want to challenge you guys, see what we can come up with. There are some companies that do a very, very good job of it. I'm not going to tell you what the companies are. You just have to trust me on this. And give everyone another minute to get this down. Don't worry about writing all of the things around graphic equalisers and stuff like that. I could have easily taken a few of those out. Just make sure you then got that last comment. Sometimes customers do not understand features.
For a not-for-profit organisation, couldn't they like have a thing where if you donate so much money, you could get like a sort of maybe like you join a club that gives you some sort of benefits?
Absolutely. I think that sometimes they do it. Sometimes, for example, a lot of charities have a big ball at the end of the year. Maybe they look at that's sort of the club you become. You get invited along to this special event and you get acknowledged through newsletters and things. I like that. I like that. For a minute's worth of thinking, that's an outstanding job, and it actually happens in real life. Well done. And Ernan had the idea that businesses could be recognised through there, and there could be a little bit of advertising, and that happens too. You often see organisations say, here are all the sponsors that help us out. For example, the Lakes College Fun Run. We saw all the sponsors who helped the Lakes out. That's what they got out of being part of that event. Very nice. Okay, so if you haven't got anything, if you're still going, just take this last note. Sometimes customers do not understand features. And we'll go to benefits. This is the last slide you have to write down for now. Okay, advertising on benefits. I'm just going to shorten this a little tiny bit too. This is the next slide. Benefits. We've had features and attributes, now we look at benefits. Very impressive start to the class, yourselves and us. Really impressive. I always enjoy teaching you guys, but sometimes on a Thursday afternoon it's a little hard to settle a class. You've done a really good job. Ben, just want to go outside and grab a quick drink for me and then come back, keep going with the notes, thanks. Just go for a quick wander, grab a mouthful of water, then come back, thanks, Ben. Yeah, okay? Okay, typing down. Good man, you can do it now. In the slides, we've used the example of the sound system. And I don't even know, Blake's probably our expert on sound systems. Do sound systems even have those things that we talked about in the previous slide? They still have them? Graphic equalisers and things like that? Yeah, they've got that stuff. But they're the features, all those things. I don't know, I just listen to my radio on the way in to the school. I bought a new car. Blake, how long did it take me to find a car with a cassette deck? For all my 1980 cassettes. It's not easy to buy a car with a cassette deck anymore.
So it's not that hard to buy Nissan Patrol.
They've still got them in the Nissan Patrols, do they?
It's in mine.
There you go. There you go. Oh well. But they're the features. Okay. But the benefits are you get to listen to great quality sound. You get to really enjoy music. So there's that difference between the two, and you guys seem to have done it very, very nicely. This last comment's very important if you're still copying down, and most of you look like you're just about there. Selling it on benefits sells to what customers really want. Advertising on benefits sells to what customers really want. I reckon one of the best examples I've ever seen was the GPS system. They were selling a GPS system for a car. So what are some of the features would you describe of a GPS system that you use in the car? What are the features of that, do you reckon?
It's usually quite small.
Okay, so you might say it's a compact unit, excellent.
Wide coverage.
Okay, you might say it's got wide coverage, a great range of maps.
The precision.
Okay, and you might say it's very, very precise. You're not going to end up driving through water if it makes a mistake, something like that. Okay, they're the features, absolutely. But now we go to this second question, what are the benefits? And this was the best benefit I've ever had. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but apparently, and I haven't come across too much, apparently guys and girls are quite different in the way they read maps and navigate. Right, so when you're driving in a car and you're trying to find places, they say that guys are reluctant to ask for directions. They just want to look at the map, and the female, if there's someone there, they might be more inclined to ask directions and so on. So what they advertised, this GPS unit, the benefit that they used for this unit was that it would stop arguments between people who are married. So the arguments about finding directions and how to get to the places, that was going to be the benefit. I think that's a very clever benefit. All those features were as you described. The benefit was that you're going to be more relaxed getting to wherever you needed to go. Rory.
There's another thing about it's not spread between all men, all women, but most women prefer to, when getting directions, to say turn left at a building or a thing.
Yeah.
Where guys prefer to say go up 100 metres and turn right.
Yeah, okay. So a different way. I haven't come across a different way that people would respond. Yeah, Alex.
If they were arguing, I think going stop arguing, they probably just switched it off to zone if they're trying to stop it.
Well, the stopping the argument, of course, was the idea that the GPS would help them find the place without them having arguments around directions on the way. Now, here are some examples. I don't want you to write both these down. I want you to choose one or the other. Okay. You can write them both down if you can. ABS brakes, a special sort of braking system that's pretty common in most, I think, just about all cars now.
Automatic braking system.
I thought it might stand for something like anti-lock. I thought it had something to do with the way that it would stop a wheel from locking up completely. But ABS brakes, there's some safety element in that. So the feature is, that's the feature. And you can imagine that some people wouldn't even know what that feature means. Well, I don't know for sure what it means. And so if you talk about the benefit that it's going to make things safer for you in the car, that's a great thing. An airline might say the feature for them is that a high percentage of our planes depart on time than our competitors. Every so often, a regular interval, Qantas and Jetstar and Tiger and Virgin, they all have a statistic that comes out that talks about their on-time departure. So they might advertise that theirs is the best on-time departure, or they might advertise the benefit is that flying with them, you'll get home sooner.
I think like ABS brakes is like assisted braking.
Okay, assisted braking. Yep.
Or much
Yeah.
better braking.
Okay, yeah, there's something about the braking
wider
system that
you
makes it
press
better.
on it, like it's still, but if you put your foot down, it's really just
I think
Stop.
it's to do
Okay.
like sonar if you like close your
yeah,
edge or
something like that.
It stops
How
you
old
from
are
Okay.
those new cars like?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So even a few of us aren't so sure about it, but we can talk about what it is, or we can talk about the benefits.
I think they lock and unlock and keep doing that to like provide traction.
That's what I had thought. It was something around the way that brakes would function under heavy braking. So it's something around what we've discussed, all of us. Okay, and I want you to get this last statement down as well. It's more powerful to focus on benefits with an advertisement if you can. More powerful to focus on the benefits. And you'll see a whole lot of ads that focus on the attributes, what a product might have. Think about what it gives to a customer. Think about what your product or service gives to a customer. Why should they use yours? How's it going to make them feel? What's it going to mean to them? That's the challenge. Just get one down. If you've already got one down, even if you start on the second, you can skip that. Go now in the last 30 seconds, just write down this last one. It's more powerful to focus on benefits with an advertisement if you can. And we've got a nice summary of features or attributes and benefits. Vernon.
With the loyalty programs for the not-for-profit ones, there's
Yep.
this one called Veggies to Your Door, and they do, if you get $1, every $1 you spend you get 1 point, and then when you reach 900 points, they deliver a $30 seasonal fruit and veggies box.
Yeah,
to you,
okay.
And then they give another, and then some more to the people who really need it as well. So
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. There is, and I'm seeing more and more of this. There's one big company, I think it's a shoe company. They've got a 1-for-1 promotion. They might even be their business name. And what they do is every time they sell a pair of shoes, they donate a pair of footwear. It's not the same pair of shoes. They donate a set of footwear to somewhere in a developing part of the world, which is quite an interesting thing. So there's more and more of this being embedded in things.
I got one, but it says I could give them like newsletters for events. And
Yep. Newsletters is a great
materials,
idea.
Holiday cards, special donor, only VIP, like
Yep.
receptions. Meet,
So you got a few
meet
good
and greet,
ideas.
Like all the
Yeah,
companies and all that.
that's what
Absolutely
Rory was
free.
talking
I could
about.
do that because I could also do that for like programs and all that.
Yep. Yeah, so some very nice things. Maybe I can just give you the example, and we've got one lot of slides, and this is it to finish our copying down. I think we should go on to it, and then we're going to get the boring business story. I'll show you the task and boring business story. But I'll give you the example of what I think is the best, or not the best, but a very good not-for-profit organisation that thinks about the benefits to customers, and that's World Vision, where they have their Sponsor a Child program. So one of the things that people want to feel, I think, when they give money away is they want to feel that they're making a difference and doing something good. So by actually teaming a donor up with an individual child somewhere else in the world, they get the chance to exchange letters and they get a picture of the person they're supporting and all those things. I think they do a really, really good job of linking a person and the things that they would like to get out of it, that is, that they feel like they're making a difference, they feel like they're doing something positive, with the way they put their scheme in place. That's another example. Jotting this down, customer loyalty programs. This is all. Last slide for the day. You guys have done an outstanding job of copying things down. Loyalty programs provide a benefit to customers who regularly use a business. And these are important. I reckon you guys would have got this even if I hadn't written this down. We didn't look, when we did our practice question at the start of the lesson, we didn't look at what makes loyalty schemes important, but here it is. Customers who regularly go to a store, they're going to spend more money. That makes them more important, and it's cheaper to keep a customer you got than the advertising it takes to find a new customer.
I got a quote off the internet. It says it's always easier to keep a customer than it is to get new ones.
Great
So
quote.
James.
Okay, so James got that quote there. It's always easier to keep a customer than to find a new one. Very, very nice. And some examples down the bottom. Look, if you just want to write down a shorthand of the example, you can do that. You might know, for example, Subway. You remember the Subway stamps? They used to get a card full of stamps and you get a free sub. There's an example. Jake had the example. He had exactly the same example he wrote down as I did at the start of the lessons I got now. The number of coffees and getting a free coffee.
Yeah, some bakeries do that as well.
Bakeries, yeah, bakeries are a good one.
a local hairdresser for us does as well.
Yeah.
Get enough to get it.
Yeah, local. This is really simple. Okay, this is really, really simple ideas, but we're all talking about it. We all recognise. We all remember them. This is the last slide for the day. You guys have done an outstanding job. Then I'm going to pop up the task for now. The task for today.
Is it meant to be cards and cards?
Okay, discount cards. Yeah, probably should have maybe a comma after that first card. Include discount cards, comma, and cards where customers are given free items after a number of purchases. You know how you get that bakery card and they stamp it each time you purchase it? I think I'm missing a comma there.
There's the one with the cinemas.
Yes, cinemas.
Oh yeah.
Did that order ad?
Okay. Go along, and after a certain number of visits, they get something. It's a pretty common sort of process, pretty common sort of program. Because of the way you guys have all written down the notes, I am going to come around once you start working on your creative stuff, which is the second half of the lesson. I'm hoping you're really going to enjoy it. I'm going to write in everyone's homework diaries, and you can check your notes and write in your homework diaries so they can write a comment to the adults at home that you've done a good job of copying down notes. This was quite a big list of copying down. Well done. So I'll go around and do those in a second. Okay, last minute. If you're getting that last point, just jot down some quick.
With the last point, it says where customers given up 3 items after a number of purchase, it should be purchased.
It should be. You're right.
Reading it to get your files going started.
Yeah.
Oh, he'd be broke after a couple of weeks.
I'm gonna have a go at a little fine system for spelling in a little while, and I'm just worried I've got to pay off my pens first. We're going backwards there. Okay, let me just explain the task. So if you're still there, if you're still writing, just have one last look and write down this last statement. Examples of loyalty programs include, and whatever you've got, whether it's Subway, free coffees, bakery purchases. I think EB Games has one where you get a card. You guys, EB World card, there you go. Frequent flyers. Okay. Here is your task. Here is your task today. And it's 2 parts. A newspaper. Okay, design a newspaper ad that emphasises a Okay, that's number 1. That's your first task. Your second is so that's the task. Does anyone have any questions about that? Those 2 things we're going to be doing after the break? Okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You guys say it's easy. I think, though, you guys underestimate how good you are at generating ideas. You've got some really, really creative people in here. So if we can put these 2 things together by the end of the lesson, I'm going to be extremely impressed, and they will be very useful. These are absolutely part of your assignment. Okay, let me put that into the task. Okay, these are part of your assignment. Are there any other questions about that? There won't be a big difference between the 2. You can assume, if you're thinking more billboard, assume it's a whole page newspaper advertisement. Okay? Yeah, and they're expensive whole pages. So let's assume you've won it or something like that.
Oh, we've won it for free, okay.
You've won it. Okay, you don't have to pay for it. Off you go, guys. Those 2 guys who asked